Hello and welcome. This is our recover and reset session. If you have just finished one of the shadow boxing workouts or the weight workout, you're going to be nice and warm and you'll be able to get a little more into the stretches. If you are doing this as a standalone, as a bit of a recovery session, you might be feeling a little bit stiffer, so go a little bit more gently. Option to have your block. I have my nice cork one, foam ones are fine, or a rolled up towel. We're going to start with our diaphragmatic breathing or our belly blocking, just to really bring this nervous system down and get settled. So if you haven't done any deep myofascial release before, I'm going to recommend just rolling up a towel, and it's going to rest just across your belly button and a little bit higher, like upwards of the belly button rather than downwards of the belly button. So if you haven't done this work before, this is about releasing some adhesions. It's how we start all of our classes, just to get the diaphragmatic breathing happening. So I will talk you through that. And then we're just going to move into some nice releases, some side bends, a little bit for the gallbladder and the liver, but also because if we've done weights or our boxing workout, we're sore. So whether you have got your block, your foam block, your cork block, your towel, gently coming down, you can start up on your forearms. We are going to be here for 3 minutes. And we are going to breathe nice and deep. So if you've done this with me before, you know, breathing in and feel that belly expand into the block. And on the exhale, you should feel it move away from the block. You might feel a pulsing in your belly. That is okay. That is just your aortic pulse. No problem there. So not only are we working to melt through any adhesions, any tightness that's going on in here, we're strengthening our diaphragm. We're working to open these lungs and get a better level of breathing. If it feels okay, you can come down. Pay attention to any areas that feel tight. If there's any referred sensation, you might feel things in the back half of the body. If it feels too intense or uncomfortable, just remove the block, just rock back into child's pose. We're here for another 1.5 minutes. Melting a little further if that feels okay. And on your next exhale, slide your hands back, pressing up, and either coming down to seated or just down onto your knees. And here I just encourage you to take any movement that feels good, that feels like it needs a little bit of a twist. And then just find some stillness and notice if already this feels a little more open and the quality of your breath feels improved. Just going to pop my block to the side for now. All right, from here we're going to come to cross-legged. We're going to bring our hands to our knees. We're just going to round back. Press that chest forward for our seated cat-cows. Drop the shoulders back and down when that chest comes forwards. And moving time with the breath. Fantastic. And then when you're ready, just bring your hands behind your back. If that's as far as you get, that's perfectly okay, all right? If you can roll the shoulders back and down, brilliant. And if you can lift, that is also brilliant. Just go with where your body can reach today. Sometimes I really do struggle to get into this position. Fantastic. Beautiful. And relaxing those arms down. Just coming back to seated. Just moving into a side bend. I'm going to take one hand down. I'm going to reach up and over. Again, if you are just waking up for the day, this is going to be a little stiffer. It's going to be a little shallower. Just go with where your body's at. No need to force. And we are just moving through a few times. Opening into our gallbladder, resentment, liver, anger. If something comes up for you, that's okay. Just let that move through. We are going to hold it on this side. Check in with your alignment. Ideally, we are nice and flat. We're not rotated one way or the other or twisted. And then if it feels good, close the chest down to the ground and open up towards the ceiling. You can keep reaching those fingers away, moving between these two positions. And then when you are ready, come over to the other side and just hold. Check in with your alignment. And then when it feels okay, if it feels okay, closing down to the floor, opening up to the ceiling, and closing down. And opening up. Just enjoying this rotation and this twist. Coming back to the middle, and I'm just going to take my left hand, right knee, and I'm going to twist. Don't get caught up in the left and rights. We are just moving back and forth between the two. Opposite side. And when you're ready, coming on to 4-point kneeling. From here, I'm actually going to bring our knees together. I'm going to lengthen myself out a little bit. And I'm going to bring my knees up. And I'm just going to wag my tail. I'm going to drop my hip side to side, loosening off the low back. Beautiful. One more each side. Sensational. Walk it back. And we're going to bring one foot forward, coming into our low lunge. So again, even here I'm checking my alignment. Everything should line up nice and straight. We don't want the knee popping in or popping out at this point, nor do we want our hips twisted off to the side. If you want to slide forward, please do. My left hip is a little sticky, so I think we're going to be blocking some of that as well in a second. If you want to add a clasp behind the hands and add in that chest stretch, this is easier for me today because I've just done the workout, so I'm warm. Breathing deeply. Hands to knees. See if you can go a little deeper into that hamstring. Nope, hip flexor, not hamstring. Hamstring is next. Placing one hand on either side of the foot, you can slide it forward and keeping that chest up, aiming for that belly heading towards the thigh. It is not about how far it goes. It is about where you feel that sensation. Don't go too far into it. We don't want that rubber band stretching feeling. You do not need to look the way I look. You just need to move into a position that feels good for your body. If you want to move the leg side to side, I am moving from the hip socket. I'm not moving from my ankle. And this may not be accessible to some of you yet, okay, especially if you haven't been moving today. It's not always accessible to me. And very gently slide it back. We're going to take that same leg back, extend it out for a calf stretch. Ooh, hello. That's nice. Breathe. Alright, change legs. So for me, my left leg is coming forwards now. I'm lining everything up. Checking that my hip isn't twisted. Yeah. So I've got this thick band of tissue across my left thigh, which we've been doing okay with, but it's back. So we're going to block that next. So again, getting into the deeper work with the adhesions and the fascia. If you haven't done this work before, please do use a rolled up towel because it can be quite intense. It's not about having to find a high degree of pain. It's just about moving into that sensation. If you would like, clasp the hands again. Actually change the cross of the hands. Ugh. So the opposite finger will be on top. It doesn't feel good. Feels weird. And just notice the difference when you do that. And gently release. Hands on both sides. Slide that left foot forward into our hamstring. And the slide may not look like a slide. You might actually put your rear knee back. But being a bit warmer today feels okay. Holding, keeping that chest open. Allowing that deep diaphragmatic breathing to happen. And only if it feels okay, we are moving from the hip. Oh, click. And we are moving that leg side to side. If you are holding your breath at any point, then you need to back out of what you are doing. It is not helpful to your body if we are holding the breath. Beautiful. And slide that back. Alright, so I'm going to encourage you to grab your block or your towel. Whatever it is, we are going to go on to our hip flexor. So your hip bones, these here, a little knobby bit, you're going to bring the block, we're going to be lying down, but the block's going to come down under the bone, okay? So you don't want it on the bone. It might come a little bit lower or it might rest across where that ligament attaches, but it might be a little bit lower. apologise for any heavy breathing that's about to happen. Our opposite leg is coming out into a sleeper stretch. So I'll do left side first so you can see that. So the leg on the block is long. We find the spot, and this one just comes out at a 90-90. I think I'm going to be, slightly on the outside. Okay, we are here for 3 minutes. At this stage, I am still propped up on my elbows, and we are going back to that deep breathing from the diaphragm. And you do want to find the spot that is painful. Okay, we are looking for pain, but if you cannot breathe deeply, that is too much pain. The muscles, the fascia, the adhesions can't melt, can't relax if we don't breathe through it. So I have found the spot, or a spot. I'm going to try and come down. Oh, that's not too bad. And if you find that it melts away, you can go hunting for that next sensation. So again, the pain isn't too bad on this one, but I can feel that it is tight. So the 3 minute gives it the opportunity to melt through. Oh, I'm just going to roll a little bit more. You breathe down into that place where you're connected to the block. You can feel the sensation change. You can feel the softening start to happen, unless you're fighting it. So I'm just coming up because I just want to add a little more pressure. I am going to bend my knee just to find a little bit more. Check in with the breath, make sure you're not holding or breathing shallowly. We are here for 20 more. And even if you don't feel a big, massive relief or release, it's not that it's not working. You will find that it feels softer and looser when you come off. And on your next exhale, coming up off the block. And again, whatever movements feel good, maybe you sit back. Maybe you just have a little press forwards. Just notice the difference between the two legs. And when you're ready, go to the other side. So again, below the hip bone, it might be a slightly different spot on this leg. I'm going a little lower, and I'm more on the inside here. Okay, we're off. Ooh, there's that big deep breath. Okay. So whatever your discipline is, whatever your job is, ouch, you are going to find that the quads do a lot of work. There are going to be knots in there no matter what. And this is just going to help get our body into a nice bit of alignment. There. I might go into camel after this. And again, you can just move around. When you're moving around though, keep the pressure on. Don't kind of lift up and off the block. You want to keep that pressure nice and consistent, and that allows it to melt a little further. And again, if there's a referred pain, there might be a sensation in the opposite calf, it might be in the opposite shoulder, it might be in the same side glute. Just take note of where you feel any other sensations happening, because it's just showing you where this knot is having an impact. That was unpleasant. I don't know if it released or it just rolled off. Oh, it released. Lovely. It wasn't lovely, but there we go. So we find the next one. Again, checking in to make sure that breathing is deep. We have 30 seconds here. And on your next exhale, coming up. Again, maybe you sit back. I actually had two really nice releases on that one. Nice. Having a little stretch. We are going to come into some camels, but before we do that, just want you to come into a child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, reach forwards. Just release off that back a little bit. Notice in this child's pose, having released the quads, if your bum's back a little bit further than it would normally be. And then coming back up, we're going to bring our knees into alignment. We're going to come up, we're going to do a little bit of a half camel reach. So maybe that is your hand, which way are we going to go? Alright, so I'll go this way first. I'm going to bring my right hand back in towards my foot, and I'm going to sweep my arm over. Maybe I get all the way back, maybe I'm only here, maybe I'm not here at all. If that doesn't feel achievable, just go into this position to start with. Otherwise, we are going to move through, hand to ankle, open up, moving with our breath, sweep through. And still breathing, don't hold it in that back pose. And one more each side. Beautiful. Again, if you're not already here, option to lean back into our camel here. Otherwise, if it is achievable, coming back onto our feet. Oh my God, I never get here. This is amazing. Head can drop back if you like. Staying here for as long or as little as feels good. Coming back up. Hands and knees, cat-cows. Huh. There you go. Releasing off the tight areas helps. Who knew? Couple more here. Amazing. So we are just going to come onto our backs. How much time do I have? Yes, we have time. All right. I just want to release off those backs now, the lower back, just because mine's still feeling a little bit tight. So we're going to bring our hands behind our head. Feet together, knees together. They stay together the whole time. First position, just for our lumbar spine. We exhale, drop the knees to the side, keep the elbows and the shoulder flat. Inhale to come back, and exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale to middle, exhale to the side. Don't go so far that your elbow and your shoulder lifts. If you're here, you've gone too far. I'd much rather you just get to here and keep that shoulder and elbow connected. That way the movement is staying in the spine. That's the area we're working to loosen off. Beautiful. From there, lift your shins to the ceiling, flex your feet back, feet and knees stay together. This takes a little bit of core work to keep it strong. Press the elbows and the shoulders in. Exhale to one side. There we go. Inhale to the middle. You might get some nice clicks and pops. So again, the rule of thumb here is if you can't bring it back with your core, you have gone too far. You are much better keeping it shallow and working towards that mobility and that strength. And our final one, moving on from the mid-thoracic now, we're coming into the upper thoracic, so in between the shoulder blades. Curl your knees in towards your chest. And we want to aim to bring the knees towards the elbow. And they won't reach, and that's okay, but you should feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Really focus on the exhale as you twist, because it will help you get further. One more each side. Last one. And we are just going to do just one little back activation just to lock in all the work that we've done. So this is actually for lumbar one, but taking your legs a little bit wider than hip width apart. We're going to flex our feet back towards our face and drop our chin to our chest. This is going to bring our stomach and our ribs flat and just protect our low back. We're going to bring our elbows to the ground. We are going to press our elbows and our heels into the ground, and we are going to aim to lift our backside off the ground. Legs are straight and come down. We're going to do that 2 more times. You don't have to get very high. Even if you don't get any space, that activation is what we're looking for. 1 more time. I said 2. And release. And last one. Exhale and lift. And inhale down, bringing your hands to your tummy, feet together. And you can let them drop out to the side. And just gently closing your eyes. Breathing deeply. I'm going to encourage you for these last 3 breaths to start that breath, that inhale in the bottom of the lung, filling up to the top of the lung, the bottom of the rib, the top of the rib, and up into the chest. We're going to empty in reverse, empty the chest, top of the ribs, bottom of the ribs, top of the lungs, and the bottom of the lungs. And just do that 2 more times, please. And just letting your breath return to normal. If that lung breathing didn't feel natural or it's your first time with this concept, it's okay if you didn't get it. We're just going to keep practicing, and before you know it, the quality of your breath is going to change. You are very welcome to stay here, breathing and letting all of that settle. Otherwise, I am going to leave you here for the day, hopefully with a looser, more mobile body. And whether you've done this as a workout recovery, post-workout recovery, or a standalone, the benefits are there. So I will see you for our next session.